In theory, it should be the same link. Hello, everybody. Hopefully, it's going well. I don't know if this is working the way I intended it to. Bump. Hi. We back, says Lemony. Hell yeah. Hi, friends. Hopefully, we're back on YouTube in the same spot. Are we back on the same stream? Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm sending the link to Sammy. It is, yes, it is the same link.
Score. Yes. Oh, sorry. I've just been trying to get this restream stuff to work in a proper way, and it actually is working properly. Heck yeah. Well, we're back. We're not dropping frames. We can see Thomas. We're back. I'm Daniel Gidlow, the director of photography and editor of the upcoming short film premiering in a little over half an hour, Inimicus: The Enemy Within. And I'm joined with Thomas Gidlow, writer-director.
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry, it is a different link. It is a different
motherfucker.
Sorry, I had to refresh your YouTube page and then send it to Sammy.
Darn. I wonder if is it gonna be
okay.
I wonder. No, I'm just wondering if on my chat thing it's gonna be a different thing.
Oh, you need to relink.
I don't know. I don't think so. YouTube, let me know if you are there, and I'll go. Okay. And I love you, YouTube and Twitch. They said we back instantly. King Orangey, let's get back on our interview. If you missed part 1, go back and watch part 1 of the stream if you're watching this after the fact. But part 2, we were talking about, I was going to kick off on something, but there was a question from King Orangey in the chat. Were there other filming locations that you wanted to film at that didn't make the cut, or either time or cost-wise?
So
I think the VFW hall is kind of one of the biggest things.
So the initial again was going to take place in my sister's apartment. That was years and years ago. For this version, we didn't really when we went through the casting process, we ended up having the 2 locations. We knew we were going to have VFW, and we definitely wanted to film it in a VFW hall. And then we had the house or the place where they lived. It could be an apartment, but we were like, we actually had an idea. Why don't we do an Airbnb? So we actually looked around the area, different Airbnbs, communicated with some folks, and told them what we were looking for. And we found just a awesome guy who was all about it. He actually showed up on set a few times just to check things out. That was
really kind of one of his stipulations, was that he wanted to be there, just to kind of be around for filming. I think just to kind of see it,
right?
Just kind of be around,
right? So that was a very easy process. And then the VFW was a little bit more involved. We had 2 or 3 different locations we were talking to that were of some interest for us. We fell in love with the one in Pittsburgh, though. It's a very, very tiny building. It's kind of off the beaten path, about 45 minutes away from the Raleigh area, basically. But it's just this little place.
It's like a room and a half. It's a meeting room and a little kitchen area behind it. And that's all it is. And a bathroom,
Right. It was absolutely perfect. I actually ended up adding a second scene at the VFW hall. And it was a bit of a challenge just because of the space, getting all the equipment and the people and everything like that.
Yeah.
But talk about a phenomenal host. They were just CP Stewart, who just was the leader at the time, I believe. I think he is no longer the leader. I can't remember exactly. The commander at the post. But he was just phenomenal, welcomed us with open arms. And we told them all about the story and about what we wanted to do and everything, and they were all about it. That's the big thing that you'll see about this, and one of the driving forces that really took over for the reason is why we ended up doing this. We talked to so many veterans along the process, veteran actors, just veterans in general, actors who are veterans, and they were just like, they couldn't believe how accurate the screenplay was to what a lot of these people go through. And I'm not a veteran. I have not, been through this kind of stuff myself. I have not served, but I did a lot of research, watched a lot of stuff. So anyway, that's getting off on a tangent, but the VFW hall just was a tremendous partner throughout this whole thing. And FYI, if anybody, feels the need or want, you can go to skyfire.biz. It is .biz. Skyfire.biz. It's SKYPHIRE.biz.
BIZ.
The link right on that homepage. When you get to the homepage, click the link. It's very easily right there. There's a page of Inimicus, what we're showing to my folks on this side of things. There's a donation link there if you want to donate to the VFW Hall. It would be great. No worries if you don't want to. But part of the reason we did this is VFWs and American Legions in particular are kind of struggling for uh, membership, and we hope at some point, along the way, these kind of stories will get people more interested in the VFWs, get people to kind of go to there because they are communities,
Yeah.
and they can help with a lot of the reintegration that soldiers have issues with.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and to echo
Long
what you were
story
saying,
short,
well, no, to echo, that was what I was wanting to get around to was to echo what you were saying about the working on set with people with actual veterans in any VFW hall, and talking to everybody. Like it only brought the story, it only made the story feel more alive for what we were telling and everything else, and talking with people and specifically about how just the lack of resources that are available for people who are like these veterans who are needing help, who are going through a lot of mental trauma related to what they went through, and obviously physical trauma as well. I thought this was a very on top of being a fictional story and all that stuff and being a little bit elevated and everything else, it is a sympathetic story about it's not just like I don't know, it's not just sensationalized thing where then that's cut and dry and whatever else. Like there is a sympathetic view to it. It's not just these people are monsters and are to be discarded and everything else, which is I appreciate it. And it was heavy. It was heavy working on this. Like when there were plenty of times where it was like, this is serious stuff, and we are in a very kind of it felt like a hallowed hall, and it heavy.
Well, James Battisti, who plays David, actually, I think it was the last one of the scenes we shot on the last day. Actually came up to me and shook my hand and just looked at me and was moving me to tears, basically, just how realistic things felt on the set. Like we ran a really, really awesome set. There were just so many great people involved on the casting crew. It was just a joy to work with everybody. But to that point, James, who is a veteran, just he looked at me dead in the eye and he said, "I can't believe you didn't serve." And I said, "Well, no, again, I just did my research and talked to a lot of folks and tried to formulate, a coherent narrative based on just a lot of different experiences and, realistic situations, and kind of try to push that into a cinematic kind of thing." So, it had an impact on everybody that worked on it. Hopefully, as it gets out there, it'll have an impact on other people.
Heck yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's already Sunday, says Forgottens. Yeah, it's Sunday, and in less than half an hour, in less than about 25 minutes, we are going to be handing off to the premiere of Inimicus: The Enemy Within, and we're here with the writer-director, Thomas Gidlow. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see here. Cheeseboy21 said, how many shoot days for the production and how many pages were you shooting each day? How was production overall? A few questions there.
Good question. Shooting was 3 days. We did Friday, Saturday, Sunday, October 7th, 8th, and 9th, 2022. And pages per day. So there was 22 pages total on the script. And I believe the first day we did something like 6 or 7. Second day, the first day was at the VFW hall. So we did the VFW scenes there.
Yeah, we did a lot at the VFW hall.
Yeah, it was during the day on Friday. We got lucky that we were able to get everybody in, and we had to race against, flight schedules because people, that was a 1-day shoot. People came in to the VFW hall. They weren't needed for the rest of the short. So we had people coming in, do their thing. We had to get them out so they could catch flights.
Yeah. Yeah, when you watch that scene, keep in mind we shot that all in 1 day. Like that, all the VFW stuff was 1 day.
And luckily, the people that we had in the second scene were local people. We set that up specifically with local people because we knew people from the first scene that came in. We had actors from LA, New York, everywhere, all over the country. So they had to come in, do their thing, and then leave. So the people that we had in the second scene at the VFW were all local, thankfully. So, sorry, remind me again the crux of the question. Sorry.
How many pages we were shooting each day?
Yes. So the VFW hall was, I believe, 6-7 pages, somewhere in that range, and then we had another scene that was a couple other pages. We did 9. And I believe Friday night was mostly all set up, so I don't think we did anything Friday night at the house. Then Saturday and Sunday, basically.
We landed,
7 or 8 pages per day, Saturday and Sunday. We actually went late Saturday night. Over where we were supposed to. And I remember this
couple hours. I think we went until 1, as opposed to we were supposed to wrap at 11.
We were supposed to wrap at 11 because we were going to go over our time. And I told everybody, I said, look, we could try to pick this up tomorrow, rearrange some things. It might, we might have to cut something, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. And they unanimously said, let's stay here and get this done.
Yeah.
So they were phenomenal, just phenomenal.
And that was one of the hardest scenes, that was like one of the, I don't know if anybody would have wanted to have come back to do, to return to that.
Right. There was, so just FYI, and we'll repeat this again at the beginning, before, there is, fair warning, there is domestic violence in this film. So we had a stunt coordinator and we had an intimacy coordinator on set. I was very adamant, and I felt that was very important. There's no sex or anything like that. It's just domestic violence is very intimate. It's very, there's a vitriolic passion that kind of comes over you. And so I wanted to make sure we had people with experience there. We choreographed every step of the way. Erica was
it only made it better. Like, it made it so much better. The intimacy coordinator and the fight coordinator, because it made Jeff's performance better, and it made the scene just functionally better. Anyway,
Bronson Taylor, who was our stunt coordinator, and Carol Tillman, who was our intimacy coordinator, they did just a phenomenal job, and really helped out just every step of the way. Like, we set something up, we walked through it, didn't really work, so we tweaked things, blah blah. It was a whole process, because what we had written, of course, you have to block it out. What blocking it out means, you basically have to just choreograph every little thing that's going to happen. And when you get to the set on a day, this is typical on all productions, it's not exactly how you wrote. You visualize what you want to do, and then you get to the set, and you tweak things based on where everything is and all that stuff. So couch, we might have something go into a couch instead of a chair, or move things around or whatever you need to do. But everybody was totally game. It was very well done. Let's just put it that way. Very well shot. And the actors were totally on board for everything. And Erica was such a sport. She just did such a tremendous job, and was all for it. She was like, whatever we need to do, and that just helped make it as good as it is.
Yeah. And Kim Davis's makeup is really amazing.
Fantastic. And she worked under real pressure. I mean, we had moments where we had 20 minutes where we needed to get this done, or else we weren't going to have time to shoot something. And she was totally game, man. She was on her game. 100%.
Yeah. I am always impressed with how, because we did Kamisato before, back in 2020, in the before 4 times, and then we did Inimicus in the fall of 2022. Just, I'm always impressed at, because you and I both I have a very, like, let's not waste time, let's get this done, like, there's no need to, like, and like, when you're the director, and when you're the director of photography, like, we are the ones who get zero break ever. Like, we are working during the shots, and we were working during the setup. There is never a time when you really can, like, stop. So where was I going with this? I had a good setup. I was leading into their darn ADHD brain. I went down too many ways, too many paths. What'd you say just before me hopping off?
You're asking me?
I know. Yeah, we're both two terrible brains. Hey, Nicholas Zolbrecht. Oh, I was talking about the crew, but then
Nicholas is here.
Yeah, Nicholas is in the chat. 2 beers, please. Was that the VFW too? Yes, absolutely, hey, Nicholas. Yeah, there was a bit of a shooting meme. Well, speaking of CP, CP played Hank, right?
Yes. Is
Um,
CP's here?
no. I was just
Oh,
mentioning Hank. When we were shooting at the VFW, there's the one of the light scenes. There aren't too many very light scenes in the thing, but um there's just like a light exchange, ordering a beer, and that just James's voice, like, the 2 beers, Hank, like, just that became a thing, and then Nicholas kept saying it, and it kept getting us going every single time, like, and then we just kept saying two whatever, like, you needed
mhm.
little light things like that, especially on a heavy set.
I
Yeah.
thought I actually had one of the beers. I thought I had saved one of
Ah,
the beer bottles
I don't
from
think
the
I
set,
have
but I
any.
did save something. Well, we moved a few months ago, so I think I know I saved something. I can't remember if it was one of the bottles or if it was one of the labels, but I do have this. This is kind of cool. I
Heck
have the
yeah.
slate.
From the
I
last
still have the
day.
slate from the last day of production, which was October 9th.
We should
It's a
have written it
wrap.
with permanent marker as opposed to dry erase, so you wouldn't have had to
And
be
you can
so.
kind of see on there 2022. You can kind of sort of see the date. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It kind of got smudged a little bit, but
Paige Savoldi,
Paige, Daniel,
amazing
and
camera
me.
operator.
Yeah, so that's a little
Lauren
piece of
Green,
the
amazing
story.
sound. Jay
Yeah,
Shackelford, amazing grip. We
yeah,
had
lighting.
you put together a. Oh, the point I was getting to was you do a great job at, just speedy shooting. We're good at knocking things out in an economic and efficient way. Um, and yeah, we do our best. And like, we were going into this, like, I was, a little run ragged a little bit, just because I was trying my best to get all the prep and everything involved with this. I was the director of photography leading into this, and I was, going to be editing it, and camera operating as well. I was also helping take care of my grandfather at the time, who was in hospice care and at home, and I was, helping take care of him there. So my attentions were split, and so it was a very heightened shoot when we were doing it, I remember. And it was just so gratifying to work so hard and be so focused on a thing when we're doing it on set, and working with a bunch of amazing professionals, and looking at the team that you assemble on these things, which is always just so amazing. I'm just always in awe every single time, and I'm like, wow, Tom really just put such a great crew together. And yeah, it's really, really great, Thomas, and I think you're great. The end.
Well, thank you. I was looking for a picture. I don't know how I could get it on the stream. There's a picture. It was towards the end of the shoot, and I'm standing there, and you just give me this big giant hug
Oh
because
yeah,
we
yeah, yeah,
had this big emotional sort of scene, and everything was
yeah.
just super emotional. But no, I appreciate that. It's a process. Excuse me. We started with Commissado. We had, again, just tremendous people that made everything work. We had a real crew who knew what they were doing and were there to really work and make this as good as it possibly could. Everybody bought into the story. Everybody bought into the whole idea of what we were trying to do there. And when you have people like that that are all there for the same reasons, and you're all on the same page, it's beautiful. It's art. It is what it is, and it makes everything go so smoothly. And um, it actually puts me at a loss for words. It makes me emotional just thinking about it. The crew that we had, the cast that we had. It was such an amazing process. It's hard to believe it was 2.5 years ago now, or a little over 2 years ago. But it really, what fuels me is the amazing people we get to work with, that we keep in touch with. That it's we build up friendships with folks, but they are so talented. It really is. That's what drives it, is that they're so damn good at what they do. And I hope that you guys get to see the same things I see. Watch these actors perform, and you see what the crew built here. These are phenomenal actors, and they are like on the doorstep, man. I mean, they are one step away from
Oh yeah.
being, people that are recognizable out there. They're that damn good. Particularly, I don't want to single people out, but particularly because Jeff is great, everybody's great. Leslie Nicole Ivory, um, there's a scene in this. She has a monologue. She absolutely kills it
Yeah.
and just knocks it totally out of the park. And
Stand out.
if
Yeah.
you take anything away from it, just watch that scene, because it's tremendous.
Oh yeah.
The people, man, it's all
Absolutely.
about, yeah.
Hey, The Walking Dev, how you doing? Got no questions. Just want to say love you, Dan. Oh, thanks. Look like you don't age at all, dude. Oh, thanks. Hey, look at Tom. Tom and I are, I think, how old would you say Tom is, chat? Let's do that mean game. Well, I'm 35 years old, and everybody I tell goes like, you look like you're in your 20s, and I appreciate that.
I just want to point this out.
Oh yeah, look at Tom's hair, and then look at this. What is going on here? He's the older brother. I have what should be the middle little, men have those little middle spots in the middle. It's like off center and right here. What's going on?
I don't know. Our dad bald right in here, at 25. Other side of the family bald. Uncle Brian, has got the dome with the side hair here. I don't know where this comes from. I'm just very, very fortunate.
Yeah, you got the built-in toupee. It works. Like it's already there. Like it just kept receding and then stopped.
I think I have the reason why too. This could be complete bull crap, but
yeah, Tom drinks like 20 of those a day.
20 a day, yeah. I'd be dead if I drank 20 of them a day. The B12, man, B12. It seems to do the trick for hair.
Hey, there you go. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Hey, Joseph. Hey, Dan, are you excited for the new Captain America, or are we done with the MCU? I mean, I am excited for the new Captain America. I would say that was another trailer that kind of inspired the new Animicus teaser that I put out. The new Captain America trailer does a thing where there's like a line in the middle of the screen, and they're cutting between two different shots on both sides, and then going back to like one shot, because the Animicus trailer teaser has the text going sideways. So I kind of took the two ideas of like the Brutalist trailer and the Captain America trailer and kind of mashed them together. The end. But that.
Yeah.
You both look like 20s, no cap.
No cap.
No cap.
Well, I'm not 100% sure what that means, so that ought to tell you how old I am.
No cap means no lie. No. I'm just going to say no a million times. Have you and your brother made other short films together? Is this the first one? Well, see, that's why I cried when we finally got this finished, was because in 2020, Tom and I we were working on a series called Kamasato, the event series, in which Tom wrote, what was it, 6 episodes? 5? What are you waving at? 6 episodes?
Sorry, Amber Dawn.
Oh, hi, Amber Dawn. Oh, Amber Dawn Fox. Heck yeah. Love the new teaser. Heck yeah.
He is in the cast.
Oh, Amber Dawn. Can I just say really fast? Amber Dawn, I did a rewatch through of The Walking Dead, and you now know what I'm talking about. But I have my own relationship with The Walking Dead. I had an interaction with Chandler Riggs way back in the day. He was a fan of our YouTube thing we were doing. He came on our Minecraft series that was The Walking Dead themed. But I stopped watching the show shortly after your appearance, funnily enough. Not because of you, but because of other reasons. I just kind of fell off on the show. But in rewatching it, I started from the beginning, and I got, if y'all don't know, in season, I think it's 5, during the hospital stuff, Amber Dawn Fox appears as one of the police officers in the hospital. And it's when you popped up, I was like, it's like, I know her. I've worked with her. And so, yes. Anyway, hi, I'm Dan. That was my fun little geek out moment. When I recognized you, it was amazing. The end. Hi, I'm Dan. Herschel. Scott Wilson did a cameo in the finale of our Minecraft series because Chandler Riggs got a video of him telling me and my friend to get off his land, which was really fun. And I could have been a zombie on The Walking Dead, but I did not follow up on it. And yep, that's my face. Tom shaking his head. That's my greatest regret.
I'd have been there no matter what.
Chandler gave us the casting director's email and said, send them your resumes. And I was like, I don't got a resume. I have no credits. And so we just kind of we were busy and we had to travel. I think James and I went to Germany or something right after that or around then. So it was we just let it fall by the wayside. And greatest regret. But yeah. Anyway, yep.
So long story short on Kamisato, by the way, just to get back to that person's
Oh yeah,
question,
Kamisato. Yeah.
Yeah, we said, long story short, we set to film it in January of 2020. It was going to be a 6-episode web series on Dan's channel.
Yep.
We ended up getting about 2/3 roughly of it filmed, but we filmed it like a feature film.
Yeah.
So we broke it up and we put all 6 episodes together and we filmed chunks of parts
different
of
episodes. Yeah, we didn't film one episode entirely by the end. There was a complete episode. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So we've tried to chop it up into different things and
make it work. But
I actually tried to. I was thinking about premiering just rough cuts of what would turn out to be 8 episodes, but
yeah, it's just unfortunate because we filmed everything except for we filmed a lot of the exposition, but we didn't film the action that then informs everything else. Like, because we filmed all of the main character stuff, and then we had there was some main character stuff left to finish, and that was one of the hiccups too. Yeah, there was just multiple reasons why that kind of just was halted, and then obviously the pandemic just in general made it impossible to restart up. But
by the by, we also have a Richard Wilt sighting
in
chat. He just subscribed to your channel, I believe.
Heck yeah, thank you, Richard Wilt.
Richard Wilt.
I noticed Richard had a comment on the rough cut of because I saw it yesterday when I was going on there. The chat isn't set to like subscriber only, right? I hope not. I hope Richard can talk in the chat if he wants to. We were premiering in about because we should send everybody off 2 minutes until 2 minutes to 8 because that's when it'll start counting down. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna send everybody off. We'll link it off into the chats and go to the YouTube premiere, and then we'll watch it on YouTube. And Tom and I will be in the chat chatting with y'all during that. And yeah, so the stream's gonna be ending here soon. Just want to let y'all know. But all that and fun stuff and Richard Wilt.
Yeah, I'm defaulting to Dan because I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, now I'm singing and dancing. Yeah, Tom and I. Yeah,
I'm not a technical whiz.
Tom has been sick recently, so we haven't been in touch as much as we probably should have been leading up to the premiere of this. And you were supposed to be here in person actually, so that was a whole shift around.
Weather, we were supposed to golf yesterday. We were supposed to make a whole weekend out of it.
Yeah.
Weather kind of poo-pooed that, and I honestly have no idea how I'm even here talking right now, but I am somehow by.
We got you propped up, and you've done well.
I am medicated up.
Absolutely. But yeah, we have a couple more minutes here. A few more minutes left on the stream.
I'm actually curious to see how this is gonna go, because I think if you hit play on the thing, it just says premieres, notify me. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it'll just automatically, like 2 minutes to the start of it, it'll start playing and do the countdown. Yeah, it'll do that. But it has like dramatic music. If there's any questions in the chat that anybody would like to ask, before we go, nothing too long or meandering, because I can lose my mind or train of thought for sure.
What's the Twitch comments? Anybody commenting?
Twitch, the last one was 100 entire hours of energy. It was about the 5 hours and all that.
I've also got my Celsius.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. This is the first one I've had in 2 days, by the way.
Nice.
So,
well,
ready to go tonight.
I was going to say this earlier, but and since some of the actors are here, I, as the editor and director of photography, I particularly as the editor, once we film everything, like I really take it seriously. Like my job is to make y'all look as good as possible, make everybody look as good as possible. The actors, Tom with the writing and directing, make it look like he was a whiz, which he was, and like I take that very seriously, and I try my best to keep quality on mind, and that.
Yeah, you did a great job. You did it absolutely. The opening sequence is phenomenal.
Well,
the whole thing looks and feels great. You took a little short and made it into a cinematic experience, man. You did a fantastic job.
Woo! I try. Yeah. Juxi Bomb over on Twitch asks, any future projects? Oh God. I mean,
no, we have nothing going on. Zero.
that's a can of worms in the sense of like that we could go on
How
for
long
another.
you got?
Yeah,
How
we could
long
go
you
on for a lot longer than. Let's just say a million things in the fire, and we would love to tell you as soon as we can about anything about any of them.
As soon as, believe me, I am
Yeah.
ready to burst with information.
About
The
to
moment that
bust.
we can say anything, we will.
Oh my lord, about to bust. All right, Walking Dev says, what are your guys' thoughts on Nosferatu? I'm assuming Tom didn't see it because he doesn't see movies. Nosferatu.
What was the last movie I watched?
The Batman. No, you went and saw Beetlejuice. I don't know if that was the last one you saw in theaters, but
maybe. I'm getting notifications. I don't know what that is.
Live in a minute.
Take it away. What is it?
We're live in a minute.
Yes.
Nosferatu was good. I liked it. The end. It was quite good. I still haven't seen the Doug Jones one though. I'm still waiting for my free copy that I'm supposed to get through Kickstarter. But supposedly, I guess they can't get that. I don't know. Hi, I'm Dan. That was a whole thing. Hey, we're starting. Hey, let's get the. It's going to start in a minute here. So I am just going to get the link for you all. If you are already on YouTube and already have it pulled up, just you close out this stream and go to the premiere. But otherwise, I will give you the link here in a second for the
Amber Dawn did a
premiere.
fantastic job. We didn't. Yeah. Oh, she said you did great work. Daniel did great work. Yes. Everybody
thanks. Did. Go to that link in the chat.
Go to it now, everybody.
Right now. And watch the premiere of Inimicus, The Enemy Within with us. And enjoy. Again,
Enemy Within with us.
With us. Again, heavy themes. There's violence and domestic violence. And just yeah. Hi, I'm Dan. General rating warnings. We love you. We hope you enjoy.